Good morning. Good morning. It's time to rise and receive. And today I'm coming to you courtesy of technology. I had to pre-record today's Rise and Receive because I can't be with you live. So thank you for joining me. And I'm so glad to be able to connect with you in this way. Today, we are going to talk about rest. Rest. So if you struggle to rest, if you need rest, if there's resistance to resting, if you think you can't afford to rest, today's Receive card is for you. So if you don't know me, Rise and Receive is your 10-minute morning send-off designed to support you in starting off your day, ready to receive what you most want by unlearning struggle. And if you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I am a life coach, speaker, and best-selling author, and I am passionate about teaching people how to receive. And one of the things I always say is, you can't receive what you most want if you don't know how to receive. And as I have been living my life's journey, including more than 20 years of coaching, I've discovered that a lot of our struggle boils down to we don't know how to receive. It's like a dying art or a forgotten paradigm. And the truth is that receiving is the most natural thing in the world. We're doing it all the time. We're not even aware of it. And as we learn how to understand what receiving actually is and unlearn struggle, because most struggle is learned, receiving just happens. And all sorts of things can come into your life that you've been working hard for. Actually, when you relax the hard work ethic and put more of your attention on, instead of working harder, how do I receive? How do I stop all of the hard work to actually open up and receive what's right here, right now? Okay, so that's what I'm about. And what we do at Rise and Receive is each morning I pull one card from my Receive card deck, which is a brand new deck in development. I will share more about that as that comes to fruition in the new year. And I will read you the receiving principle of that one corresponding card and then send you off on your way with a willingness mantra, which is designed to invite more or better than you could ever conceive of with your mind. Okay? The willingness mantra is about the power of invitation, which is a really powerful concept when you're used to operating strictly from intention. Intention is based on what you know. Invitation invites what you don't know, what's beyond what you could ever know, better than you ever imagined. All right. So with that, I hope you have your morning brew. I've got my afternoon brew because this is pre-recorded, but I'm drinking tea all day long. Alrighty. And I invite you to sit back and let these words wash over you. All right? You can always come back and re-listen to it. Always come back and take notes if you'd like. Here we go. So this card from the Receive card deck is Receive Rest. Maybe you want to take a deep breath. Receive rest. Rest is a universal need which must be honored, respected, and nurtured. However, you may have a limited understanding of what rest is, why it's important, and how it's an expression of your power. If you believe that you can't afford to rest, or that your value lies in your productivity, you will struggle. Since your consciousness creates your reality, you will manifest what you believe. And you will receive only if and when you've worked hard enough. But how do you know when enough is enough? The truth, however, is that rest is essential in your capacity to receive. If you've been working hard, whether doing deep emotional work or expending a lot of energy on physical world outcomes, rest can bring you exactly what you most need. Replenishment and restoration when you feel depleted, inspiration when your mind needs answers and clarity, spaciousness for things to move that have felt stuck. In order to receive, there must be a space in which to receive. But when your mind or body are actively focused on making something happen, then the space of your awareness is filled with everything that's required to produce the desired outcome. In contrast, when you rest, you are simply being. Being is receiving. Your mind and body rest when you allow them to relax. As you free yourself from meeting expectations and demands to perform, your whole being enters into a state of receptivity. If this is a new concept, even the thought of being intentional about resting may challenge you. Your mind may hear these words and think, I need to rest in order to receive. Yet, as you rest, your mind could find itself trying to receive. There is no trying with rest. Rest is rest. Let yourself simply be, and be, and be some more. Be exactly as you are. Rest. So that's receive rest. And with that, I'd like to give you your willingness mantra for the day. I am willing to believe that I can receive infinite blessings as I rest. I am willing to believe that I can receive infinite blessings as I rest. I am so curious to hear how this is landing with you, and I'd love it if you'd share your comments or questions. I know that for some people, that mantra might be blowing your mind. I am willing to believe that I can receive infinite blessings as I rest. If you are anything like I used to be, then you understand what it means to believe that your worth and your value is based in how you perform, what you achieve, how smart you are, how hard you work. And the idea of receiving as I rest, receiving simply because I exist, that value is right here, right now. You are worthy, you are valued simply because you exist. That might be a pretty mind-blowing concept, and yet it is the heart and soul of what unlearning struggle and receiving your fulfillment is about. There is an idea called transactional value, okay? And that can be viewed from many different perspectives, okay? Everything from trauma work and kind of dysfunctional family systems to all sorts of modalities that, can kind of look at it from a different angle. I like to look at this idea of transactional value or worthiness versus internal or innate value and worthiness through the lens of masculine and feminine energy. And again, masculine and feminine energy is not based in gender or sex. It has to do with just different ways of being and existing and moving in the world, okay? So the masculine model of power is based in doing, and the feminine is based in being. So we live in a culture that values a whole lot of performance to the point that that's what gets compensated. If I do this job, if I, make an outcome happen, then I'll get paid for it, okay? But the value of beingness, which is the feminine, okay, which is feeling and surrendering and experiencing, it's just being, that doesn't get a lot of compensation. And there isn't a lot of validation of that or valuing of that. And yet it is the most powerful thing in the world, because when you're being, you are receiving. You're in that place of receiving. But you can't receive if you don't value yourself, if you don't know your innate worth. And the epitome of I am valuable simply because I exist, I am valued, I'm worthy, is that you can receive when you're resting. Now, where does that happen? In an ideal world, that happens when you're a baby, when you're a child. If you're fortunate enough to grow up in a healthy environment, when you're a baby, you receive all day long just because you exist. Just because you exist. So if you're crying, you receive. If you're hungry, you receive. If you need a diaper change, you receive. You're just being a baby. Okay, you're not doing anything transactional. You're not hunting, performing, achieving, all of that good stuff. You're just being and receiving. So if we have a malnourished or absent experience of that type of our needs being valued, our wants being valued, then we have an opportunity to reintroduce, or maybe sometimes for the first time introduce, that nurturing component. And so in the Receive card deck, there are 4 categories of card, and one of them is nurture your needs. Because as we practice that in our own awareness is the key to everything, we unlearn struggle, and literally we open up to a receiving that's beyond what we've ever known, because most of us have only known over-functioning. That's what that hard work ethic is, over-functioning. Okay, so that is the concept behind receive rest. And I'll give you one more idea. I really wanted to highlight that part about if this is a new concept for you, your mind might struggle with it. Okay, because you'll find yourself, okay, I'm resting. Now what? Now what do I do, right? And I actually was communicating with a client the other day who came upon this idea, which is, it's okay to not be okay. And in that, there's this beautiful little kind of a resistance that can unlock when you give yourself permission to not be okay. That it's okay to not be okay is the thing that if you're trying to rest, but your mind is still locked in problem solving and what do I do? And it can't be that easy and I can't receive because I'm not doing anything. Imagine giving yourself permission to let it be okay if you're not okay. To let these problems that you're trying to solve remain unresolved. In other words, to simply be and be and be. Practice being, practice resting, and just get curious about it, okay? Because this can be a foreign concept to us overfunctioners. I'm a recovering overfunctioner, okay? And truly, as you do, this is where seeming miracles happen and people just start receiving things that just seem to come out of nowhere because all of the resistance that's built into the hard work ethic and the expectations and the demands that come with that fall away. So here's your willingness mantra one more time for the day. I am willing to believe that I can receive infinite blessings as I rest. I hope you have a great day today, and we'll come back tomorrow for more Rise and Receive. If you like this, please like, please share. Please pass this along because it helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. And as always, if you'd like to learn more, check out the links that are included above and below, depending if you're on Facebook or YouTube. And thanks for being here. So I'll see you tomorrow morning at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.